Reserve is meeting this week to consider another interest rate hike to tackle high inflation. And you may already be stretching your wallet to buy gifts for your family and friends. Scott McFarland shows us how the high cost of Christmas is hitting Americans in other ways as well.
Christmas tree farmer Gary Thomas is chopping and selling trees he planted 8 years ago at his sprawling operation near the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. That's how long it takes to grow trees tall enough for people's living rooms.
I need to get height. People want, 8 foot.
Thomas says when the trees went in the ground, he had no idea how expensive business would be this Christmas. He says he needs to pay more to keep workers in a competitive labor market, and his supply prices are spiking. Fertilizer costs more, the chemicals cost more. How do you not pass these costs along to the customer?
Well, unfortunately, we've had to. So my prices went up 15% this year on Fraser fir.
Thomas is charging more than $100 each for his finest trees. Decoration costs are rising too. Kathy Brown operates a 12-month-a-year Christmas store in St. Michael's, Maryland, where there are always ornaments and decorations for sale, but where it's never been more complicated to actually set a price. Are shipping costs impacting you?
Very much.
Surcharges and fuel costs make it pricier to bring the merchandise in and then to send it out. And when it comes to holiday dinner, there's sticker shock there as well, with key staples up between 15 and 25%. But despite inflation pressures, the National Retail Federation is still bullish. They're expecting holiday sales could jump 8% from last year, more than $900 billion after 2 holidays disrupted by COVID and supply chain crises. For Karen Hilton, she'll cut back on other holiday expenses, but not on gifts.
Thank you so much.
Especially for her 5-year-old granddaughter, Amelia.
No, I'd rather not get something than not get her something.
These industries have challenges, but they also have jobs. There is a pressing need for seasonal workers, and they have a built-in advantage. It's the holidays. People are not willing to sacrifice all their traditions. The highest inflation since the 1980s is again making holiday budgeting more complicated for millions of middle-class families this year. A Quinnipiac poll last month found nearly half of Americans have less in savings than they did just a year ago, and it also found that 42% plan to spend less on gifts this season. Now, the National Retail Federation says overall holiday spending hasn't slowed yet, but more than half of Americans said rising prices have caused financial hardship for their household, and 13% say that hardship is, quote, severe. Well, today, Twitter is relaunching its Twitter Blue service for the coveted blue check mark verification symbol for $8 a month, but the price tag for Apple users is $11 a month after multiple tweeted complaints from owner Elon Musk over Apple's in-app purchase fees. Now, the service had been paused last month due to a spike in fake accounts after Twitter's Blue's initial launch. Twitter says that it will have a more thorough review process this time before issuing the checks. Well, good news for Swifties out there. Taylor Swift is releasing additional tickets to her new tour after last month's ticketing debacle. Now, some of her fans who had signed up for the Ticketmaster verified fan presale were locked out when sales started. Now, Ticketmaster apologized to fans, saying the demand, along with elevated number of bot attacks, essentially broke the site. Now, some of the fans who got locked out have now received a notification that they will get a second chance to buy tickets. The purchasing window for the tickets will begin before December 23rd.